Live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, this is the 2021 United States Pro Kart Series on the EKN Radio Network.
All right, folks, welcome back to the CTECH Manufacturing Motorplex here at Road America, Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, for day number one of the USPKS 2021 Chase for the Championship presented by MG Tires and IMA USA East. Racing this weekend presented by DNJ Intermodal Services, Mills Pallet, Comet Kart Sales, and Ryan Perry Motorsports. On track right now is CTECH KA100 Junior for their main event. Your front row for this main event is going to be Carson Morgan, who won the pre-final by 3.4 seconds over Jeremy Fletcher. Row 2 will be Parker DeLong and Aiden Rudolph. Row 3, Aiden Ingrata and Austin Jers. Row 4, Noah Baker and Elio Mesa. Row 5, Evagoras Papasavas and Chase Hand. Row 6, Cameron Brinkman and Danny Deschelsky. Row 7, Braden Robertson and Graham Trammell. Row 8, Elliot Cox and Mateo Naranjo. Row 9, Beckham Jasir and James Overbeck. Row 10, Jake Walker and Sebastian Weldon. Row 11, Fernando Luque and Cooper Shipman. Row 12, Cole Kleck and Cooper Auclair. Row 13, Jack Jeffers and Spencer Conrad. Row 14, Ava Dobson and Oliver Cunningham. Row 15, Trey Arnzen and Alex Feldstein. Row 16, Joey Moss and Stephen Miller. Row 17, Nolan Tidwell and Trip Hilliard. And we have a green flag, and we are underway here from Road America. Field makes its way through that turn number 2-3 chicane and spreads out. They'll be single file as they come down the hill, and it's going to be Carson Morgan, your leader in the early stages, over Jeremy Fletcher and the 899 of Aiden Rudolph. That's going to be your top three. It looks like Austin Jers gets a good start. He moves into fourth on the start. He'll coming around to the start-finish line for the first time. They'll trip the line, and it will be Morgan, Fletcher, Rudolph, Jers, Parker DeLong, Aiden Ingrata, Beckham Jasir, James Overbeck. One cart off the track. Couple carts off the track. The 869 and the 850, both off the track after an incident. Carson Morgan, though, brings them around once again as he comes through the bottom series. The right, left, right, switch back, the S's, if you will. He'll bring them across the line once again. It will be Morgan, Rudolph, Jers, Fletcher, Ingrata, DeLong, Baker, Mesa, Deschelsky, Hand, top 10. Single file racing action, one more off the track. That is... Driver was running up front. Looks like it might be out of the Speed Sports camp. I'm not sure. Can't tell for sure from here what the number is. But they are off the track after the chicane. That chicane can be a chain eater, and it's easy, very easy to drop your wheel off the edge of that one. And if you do, it's very possible to bounce your sprocket right off the track and throw a chain subsequently. Meanwhile, top 7 carts have broken away from the rest of the field. Morgan, Rudolph, Fletcher, Jers, Ingrata, DeLong, and Baker. Danny Deschelsky leads the next pack. In fact, Deschelsky runs essentially by himself, 3 or 4 carts stacked space behind him. They are too wide, though, in that fashion. The 827 of Chase Hand leading that next crew. That would be Hand would be in 9th position. Hand, Robertson, Papasavas, that group. Morgan brings him around once again. Carson now with a half a second lead over Jeremy Fletcher. Almost a full second over Jeremy Fletcher. Austin Jers up into 3rd. Jers into 3rd. Rudolph back to 4th. Ingrata going to the inside of Aiden Ingrata. He's going to lose a spot. That's going to be Noah Baker, I believe. It is Noah Baker going around Aiden Ingrata. Now Parker DeLong sets his sights on Aiden Ingrata. Carson Morgan, quick time of the race, last time by, 50.229. KA100 Junior, our first main event of the day. Long ways to go, 22 laps in this race. Top 7 cart stayed in line that time through the chicane, as well as the singular cart of Danny Dyshelski that runs in 8th. Chase Hand leads the next crew. It's Hand, Robertson, Cox, Papasavas, and Walker. And it's no longer Elliott Cox behind Chase Hand. It's Braden Robertson, then Elliott Cox. And directly behind Elliott Cox, I believe, is Evagoras Papasavas in the green cart, the Trinity entry. Meanwhile, up front, Jeremy Fletcher continues to hold off Aiden Rudolph. Austin Jers 4th. Noah Baker 5th. Aiden Ingrata now going to the inside for 2nd is Aiden Rudolph. Does he clear? He does clear. Rudolph will take Fletcher in the chicane. Now at the freight train lining up on the inside. Rudolph hung up on the outside. No, I think he was able to close the door before the train got to him. Fletcher as well. Behind Jeremy Fletcher is Austin Jers. Beyond Jers, I think, is Parker DeLong. Danny Dyshelski making his way into the fray here as they bunch up. Now Carson Morgan still has a big lead, and it's growing. 1.9 seconds down for Morgan. Meanwhile, the rest of the field is duking it out. Carson Morgan is on a Sunday drive at the racetrack, and the rest of the field is in a UFC fight. Aiden Rudolph is running 2nd. He's got about 3 or 4 cart lengths. Was Austin Jers, now Jeremy Fletcher. Fletcher dive bombs Jers in the off-camber left-hander through the tic-tac-toe. Fletcher goes to 2nd. Through the S's once again. It gets hairy in here. Morgan, though, it's clear sailing for him right now. Aiden Rudolph has got his head down, but he cannot match the pace of Carden Morgan. But he can match the pace of those behind him as he continues to pull away from Fletcher, Jers. Now DeLong, I believe, has moved into 4th. He's gotten the better of Jers, but Jers comes back on the inside. DeLong fights him off from the outside. Jers has to slot in behind him. Baker follows Ingrata Dyshelski. Then it's the 8:17 of Braden Robertson. Braden Robertson making some progress here, up 5 positions. Boy, it is Margaritaville back there in 9th, 10th, 11th. It is a blender, let me tell you that. Chase Hand is right in the middle of it. Morgan continues to lead by a fair amount. About 2 seconds is the margin right now from 1st to 2nd. He's been able to maintain it relatively steady here over Aiden Rudolph. Aiden now 1 second ahead of Jeremy Fletcher. Fletcher about a half a second ahead of Parker DeLong. And Parker's about a half a second ahead of Aiden Ingrata. And Aiden Ingrata's got a rear view mirror full of Braden Robinson right now. We are 10 laps into this big race. They'll be coming to the halfway point here, I believe, next time by. So far, it's been all Carson Morgan. Carson will bring him to the cross flags here, indicating halfway. His lead, 2.1 seconds last time by. Aiden Rudolph, same this time by. In fact, Aiden loses a tenth on him this time. Rudolph, though, with a lead over third place Jeremy Fletcher. Not a great lead, though, less than a second. Things have settled down a tiny bit here up front. Noah Baker has made his way into third, and now he's the one, the Pied Piper, if you will, of the B team there as he works to bring in those leaders. But it is Baker, Ingrata, DeLong, and Robertson, I think. Yeah, Braden Robertson. And then Danny Dyshelski, Chase Hand. Austin Jers has lost a lot of ground. He has been shuffled all the way back to 10th position. Going to the inside for third now. That's going to be Ingrata as he gets the better of Noah Baker in the chicane, I believe. Actually, that's for fourth. My mistake there, that's for fourth. Carson Morgan so far in front of the field that I lost track of him for a moment. So Ingrata now to fourth, Baker fifth. Going to the inside of Noah Baker for position is going to be Braden Robinson, and he'll get that one for the time being. So Robertson and Baker now lead DeLong, Hand, and Dyshelski. Dyshelski now coming under attack from Austin Jers. And Jers will pick up one of those positions back from Dyshelski. He'll move to ninth. Kind of run back through here. It's Morgan, Rudolph, Fletcher, Ingrata, Robertson, Baker, DeLong, Hand, Dyshelski, and Jers, your top 10. Outside the top 10, it's Trammell, Cox, Papasavas, Overbeck, Jasir, Walker, Brinkman, Conrad, Cunningham, and Luque is 20th. Shipman, Kleck, Dobson, Moss, Reed, Feldstein, Cunningham, Tidwell, James, and Argyrios is 30th. Quick time of the race, Chase Hand in. Leader is getting dangerously close to lap traffic here. I believe they're going to start flagging them off. Yep, they already did actually, and the first lap cart has already left the track. Meanwhile, Aiden Rudolph's once significant lead for second has been reduced to nothing as Jeremy Fletcher is on his rear bumper. Fletcher dives to the inside as they go uphill into the chicane, and he'll clear Rudolph in the chicane. Rudolph tucks in right behind him. And that's how they'll roll through turn four. It's been relatively clear sailing here for Carson Morgan. 15 laps into this one, he's been maintaining a 2-second lead for most of the race. Not that that's an easy task to do, but at least he hasn't had to deal with traffic for pretty much ever here. Traffic is the name of the game, though, for Jeremy Fletcher and Aiden Rudolph. And those two have worked the traffic back and forth, front and back. Now they have some clear sailing, though, as Aiden Ingrata is quite a distance back. Aiden Ingrata, your fourth place start. He's got about a half a second or more on Noah Baker, and Noah Baker just managing to keep Braden Robertson at bay behind him. Next lap cart being flagged off, then we should have clear sailing for quite a ways here in KA Junior. Well, our flagman Bobby Radavoy is going to be pretty busy here with the black flag in the KA Senior final, starting 52 carts. You know there's going to be some sort of documents in the early stages that lead to having to flag off a fair number of potential lap starts. So far, everybody has done a good job of heeding the black flag and coming on in when their time to do so happens. Once again, I want to remind everybody that the golf carts are only to be driven by drivers 16 or older. 16 or older to use a golf cart, and no more than the seats it has, no more people than it is designed to handle based on the seats. Morgan brings him around to complete lap number 18. 4 laps to go. Still watching Jeremy Fletcher and Aiden Rudolph running second and third. Looks like Chase Hand has made a little bit of progress with the blender he was in. Ingrata's fourth. Hand is now up to fifth. I think he and Braden Robinson have both gotten around Noah Baker. Yes, they have. Now here comes Baker back on Robertson, and he'll take that position back. Aiden Rudolph desperately trying to push Jeremy Fletcher up to the rear bumper of Carson Morgan, but it's just not happening. They are just about the same speed as Morgan. Morgan's got almost a 2-second lead here. And with it's going to be 2 to go next time by for Carson Morgan. He has led a textbook race here. Starting from the pole, got a good start. Never looked back. Two to go. Noah Baker and Parker DeLong now running together. That's 6th and 7th. Parker looking to the inside. I think he just took the spot away from Baker as they climbed the hill. In fact, I'm pretty sure he did. Well, that'll move Parker up into the top 6, but it's a long ways to go to get the 5th place Chase Hand. Top 3 on the podium tonight. Top 3 finishers and quick qualifiers all making it to the podium tonight. Sure looks like Carson Morgan is going to be collecting a couple pieces of hardware tonight. Going to be a white flag for the 801 as he comes around this time. One more time around. Meanwhile, Jeremy Fletcher in second, Aiden Rudolph right behind him. Now or never for Rudolph. Got to make it stick, though. Lap traffic won't be a factor here. They've cleared off nicely. Down the hill into the off-camber left-hander. Aiden Rudolph swings way wide, tries to cross over through the tic-tac-toe. Nothing there. Fletcher defends it masterfully. Down the hill in the right-hand corkscrew, bumper to bumper. Fletcher glues himself to the inside. Rudolph says, I'm more inside than you, but it's not enough. In fact, that's going to bring Aiden Ingrata into the fray. Now Ingrata gets the better of Rudolph as he could not get around Fletcher and lost his momentum trying to squeeze under him. Off the checkered flag, it's going to be Carson Morgan to the line, Jeremy Fletcher, Aiden Ingrata, and Aiden Rudolph. Top four. Then it's Chase Hand, Parker DeLong, Noah Baker, Austin Jurd, Braden Robertson. Elliot Cox rounds out the top 10. Graham Trammell, James Overbeck, Evagoras Papasavas, Danny Dashelski, Beckham Chassir 15th. Cameron Brinkman, Jake Walker, Davis Cunningham, Cooper Shipman, Cole Kleck is 20th. Eva Dobson, Fernando Luque, G3 Argyrios, Joey Moss, Cameron Reed, 25th. Alex Feldstein, Drew James, Oliver Cunningham, Nolan Tidwell, and Trey Arnzen rounds out the top 25 in KA100 Junior. And that'll do it for their final. We will be back in a few minutes with the Micro Swift main event.
You're listening to turn-by-turn coverage of the United States Pro Kart Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at CTECH Manufacturing Motorplex in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. This weekend's broadcast is brought to you by Kart Sport North America, the Alan Rudolph Racing Academy, Acceleration Kart Racing, and Cooper Tires. You can buy all the latest and greatest products on the market, but when you're karting to win, it boils down to one thing: you, the driver. Gain the knowledge and abilities by investing in yourself at the Alan Rudolph Racing Academy, and you'll find those extra tenths of a second you need to put yourself on the podium. The school was established by SuperKarts USA Hall of Fame driver Alan Rudolph, with decades of victories and championships in multiple forms of the sport, including other disciplines of racing. The Alan Rudolph Racing Academy, located at the Speed Sports Racing Park in the metropolitan Houston area, is designed to teach driving skills at all levels. The instructors of the Academy have decades of racing experience and educating drivers of all ages. Classes at the Academy will teach the concepts and skills needed both behind the wheel and off the track. From the beginning kart racing experience and intro to karting courses, to their advanced 1-day and 2-day courses and karting clinics, the Alan Rudolph Racing Academy can improve the skills of any driver. For more information on the specific programs that the Alan Rudolph Racing Academy can provide for you, head to speedsports.com and click on the Racing Academy page. Be sure to follow the Academy on social media by searching for Alan Rudolph Racing Academy. Established in 1999, PSL Karting has become a powerhouse within the karting industry for North America and around the world. PSL Karting is your complete source for all Burrell Art products as the North American importer, providing this top quality product through both their expansive dealer network or through the PSLKarting.com online store. Whatever you need is available 24/7 online, including safety gear, parts, components, and full karting packages. All three brands, Burrell Art, Ricardo Kart, and Charles Leclerc Karts, are in stock and ready to hit the track. Grab your winning chassis for any category by visiting PSLKarting.com to find your nearest dealer. PSL Karting is always looking for interest in new dealers and teams to help create new business relationships. Drivers looking to take their talents to the next level can join the Burrell Art North America race team, competing at all the major U.S. and Canadian events this season. When you're ready to win, go with PSL Karting.
Located in Mooresville, North Carolina, on-site at GoPro Motorplex, Kart Sport North America features over 6,000 square feet of retail space. Along with being the official race team and distributor for the Kart Republic chassis, they offer full retail sales, kart service and storage, and products from the top brands in the sport, such as CZ Chain, Talon sprockets, SKF bearings, and Prisma tire gauges. If you want to take your racing to the next level, they also offer driver training and coaching programs available trackside at GoPro Motorplex. They have a massive inventory, so head to their online store at kartsportna.com to get same-day shipping of the parts and components that you need. While you're there, check out their used section of karts, engines, parts, and accessories. Kart Sport North America. Top quality products, winning brands, and professional driver development services.
Now back to the USPKS, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at the CTECH Manufacturing Motorplex in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, on the EKN Radio Network.
Team Ferris Racing, IME Micro Swift on track right now for their pre-final. Front row, Keelan Harvick and Ethan Tovo. Row 2, Brady Shad and Augustus Toniolo. Row 3, Lucas Palacio and Jackson Gibson. Row 4, Caleb Tartar and Benham Abernathy. Row 5, Ashton Woon and Gian Mateo Rosso. Row 6, Alessandro Truchot and Jacob Majeski. Row 7, Tristan Murphy and Benja Fernandez. Row 8, Troy Ferguson and Bronson Custos. Row 9, Phaeton Saradpot and Tyrone Kemper Jr. Row 10, Royce Vega and Cameron Marsha. Row 11, Sawyer Chambers and Braylon Underwood. Row 12, Reese Bowman and Isaac Nolan. Row 13, William Kim and Lillian Scarborough. Row 14, Brandon Saraki and Max Wellen. Row 15, Adam Woldridge and J.J. O'Neill. Row 16, Emerson Lane and Alexander Procuna. Row 17, Davin Roberts and Stephanie Miller. And in row 18, Augustin Moreno and Jackson Tovo. Keelan Harvick on the inside, Ethan Tovo on the outside. Brady Schott, Augustus Toniolo. Toniolo lays back considerably on that outside row, and that inside row is going to get a great jump on the field. And it looks like Keelan Harvick will be the leader out of the first chicane. And it looks like Ethan Tovo perhaps going to slide in right behind him. Brady Schott runs third as they come over the hill for the first time. Lucas Palacio to the inside of Schott on the downhill off-camber left-hander. So Schott will go to fourth. Augustus Toniolo to fifth. Jackson Gibson in sixth. Benyam Abernathy in seventh. Ashton Woon eighth. Gianmatteo Rosso ninth. And Caleb Tartar in 10th. And that's probably how they're going to come to the line here momentarily to complete lap number 1. 20 laps the distance here for the main event in Micro Swift. Palacio springs it way wide exiting the chicane. I think he dropped the wheel there, but he's no harm, no foul. He continues on. Brady Schott fourth. Right behind him is Toniolo, and he dives to the inside in that off-camber left-hander. But Schott lost a position on the last lap there to Lucas Palacio as well. But Schott lost 2 in that downhill left-hander. Benham Abernathy, meanwhile, he throws it in hard, takes advantage of Jackson Gibson, but Gibson fights right back as they enter the S's. He takes that position back and splits the two with Ashton Woon getting hemmed up behind it. Onto the front straightaway, though, Woon gets to the inside, so it'll be a drag race, and Rousseau goes down to the inside to try to push Woon up to the top, and he goes to the inside of Woon. They're 3 wide into the chicane. Well, that was one to hold your breath on. That all worked out, though. Meanwhile, Harvick and Tovo still out front. Attention in the pit area, we need the 829 to tech, please. The 829 to tech. Harvick and Tovo lead this one. That is Ethan Tovo. Jackson having to start from the rear. We'll check in on Jackson here in a few minutes and see how he's doing. as he works to get back to the front after having a DNF in the pre-final. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, competition up front. Ethan Tovo takes the lead away from Keelan Harvick for the time being. So your new leader, the number 13. Lucas Palacio having a good run here in the 25. He runs third. He's got that sharp-looking comp cart there. These things always look great when they're on the track. That bright yellow, fluorescent yellow and blue. Can't miss them. Brady Schott swapping positions back and forth with Jackson Gibson. Gibson now with the better of him. That'll put Gibson in fifth, Brady in sixth. Jackson Gibson, meanwhile, just set fast time of the race. He went purple that time by in that number 42. Check in and see where our friend, where young Mr. Jackson Tovo is. He is in 32nd right now, so he's made up a little bit of ground. They're all spread out back there is the problem, so it can take a while to move up. Part of the problem. Meanwhile, Ethan Tovo leads him around to complete lap number 5. Keelan Harvick just on his rear bumper. And about 1.5 seconds back to Lucas Palacio in the number 25 in third. He's going to lose a spot here, though, to Augustus Toniolo as he goes to the inside and takes over that third place position. Fifth place belongs to Jackson Gibson. He runs all by himself right now. Brady Schott in sixth, and he's kind of all by himself. Behind him is Gian Matteo Rosso in the 10, and Ashton Woon right behind him in the 89. Then there's 2 or 3 cart lengths to Caleb Tarter, who runs 9th. Tristan Murphy a cart length behind him. And a little bit more ground, and it was Benham Abernathy, but Benham lost some ground on this last lap. He went back to reposition all the way back to 14th for the number 7. Murphy 10th, Truchot 11th, Custis 12th, Fernandez 13th. Single file racing action now in the top 10. Keelan Harvick glued right to Ethan Tovo's rear bumper up front. Those two better watch out. Augustus Toniolo in the number 4. He is the man on the move right now. Man on a mission. He went purple last 2 laps. Fastest cart on the track, 52.1. He was 0.6 quicker than the leaders. Harvick to the inside for the lead. He's got it. Those two both better get on their horse, though, as Toniolo is coming quickly. Like I said, he's had the fast lap last 2 times. And already something going on there with Ethan Tovo as he lost some momentum, and he's already back right to where Toniolo is. He's on his bumper. He's to the inside. Toniolo to second. Black flag comes out for the next 2 carts that are about to be lapped. Here comes Keelan Harvick. He'll bring him around and complete lap number 8 all by himself. He's got a 1.2 seconds lead on the number 4 of Toniolo. We'll see how much Augustus has left in the tank here. He ran a couple of 52.1s earlier here. Harvick ran a 52.3 last time by. That was his personal best lap of the race. top 5 carts all spread out right now. 6th place, Brady Schott. He's got his hands full. Behind him, Rousseau and Woon. They've been there for a couple laps, but they're right on his bumper. Then there is another gap to Tristan Murphy and Caleb Tarter. And Alessandro Truchot all running together there. Toniolo ran a 52.16 that time. Harvick ran a 52.18. Toniolo's chipping into that lead, 1.2 seconds. Long ways to go here. They're just over halfway. Oh, I'm sorry, they're just coming to halfway. Apologize. 9 complete, 11 to go. Should be halfway this next time by. Looks like Brady Schott lost the battle between himself and Rousseau and Woon. Both of them getting by this last time by as the leader sees the halfway flags. Toniolo purple once again, 51.978. The lead now less than a second up to Harvick. That time Harvick ran a 52.29 to Toniolo's 51.97. Lucas Palacio running solidly there in third. He ran a 52.17. Himself a bit quicker than the leader last time by. Right behind him, though, is Ethan Tovo. He is quick as well. Ethan seems to be making a bit of a recovery here after he had a stumble with Harvick at some point and got shuffled back, or at least, at the very least, lost his momentum. So much of these minis and micro Swift packages is based on momentum. This you cannot lift, cannot slow down. Now Tovo looks to the inside of Lucas Palacio, climbing the hill into the chicane. Not there, though. Lucas holds him off. Toniolo purple again, 51.85 for Augustus Toniolo. The lead now 6/10. And Toniolo is basically now just chewed that in half. He is about 3 kart lengths off of Keelan Harvick's rear bumper. This lead for this business of leading the race is about to get interesting. Ethan Tovo to the inside for third. Palacio just lets him go. He had position and he let him go. Better to come back and fight another day than to try to slam the door on him and cause a real schmozzle. All right, Augustus Toniolo down right up on the rear bumper of Keelan Harvick. He just pulls to the inside, and he's going to blow right by like he's up on Jack. Yep. Smooth pass for Augustus Toniolo. Harvick, though, crosses him back over to the inside. He's going to take that spot right back. Nicely done by Keelan Harvick. Recognized the pass was completed. He just crossed him over and came right back and retain that position. And the timing and scoring will show nothing happened, but we all know that it was a nice pair of passes executed by Toniolo and Harvick. Toniolo, by the way, went purple once again that time by with a 51.83. Needs to put it all back together again and run down Harvick and go for it. Meanwhile, Palacio and Ethan Tovo are having a nice battle here, but that's brought Jackson Gibson into the party. And now Jackson Gibson makes it 3 wide down the front stretch. Ethan Tovo says, what is going on? Where did that guy come from? And he will pass both of them before they get to the corner. Palacio loses 2. He goes back to 5th. Gian Matteo Rosso lead is a cadre of karts, 7 karts in a row. They currently run 6th on back. Rousseau, Woon, Schott, Truchot, Tarter, Murphy, Abernathy. All the peoples. $14 complete. Toniolo once again up to the rear bumper of Keelan Harvick. Good little battle going on for third, fourth, and fifth. Lucas Palacio is going to pick another one up here. He'll get Ethan Tovo temporarily. He has to give it back, though. Right now, Jackson Gibson holding on to that third spot. Toniolo goes to the lead. Black flag comes out for the next potential lap kart. So far, they've done a great job of heating those flags. Augustus Toniolo, your new leader. We'll see if he's able to make that stick. Harvick has been tenacious about coming back each time he gets past. But Toniolo has clearly been the fastest kart on the track. He's put together the most quick times yet. Toniolo able to maintain that lead. He brings him around again with a half a kart length maybe on Harvick. Jackson Gibson solidly in third right now. He's got Tovo a kart length behind him. Palacio on Tovo's rear bumper. Then we've got a real smorgasbord, a Chuckwalla, if you will, of karts behind them guys. Sixth place, Truchot, Woon, Rousseau, Tartar, Schott, Murphy, Abernathy, Fernandez. They're all just slicing and dicing. Inside, outside, left side, right side. Checking in on third, fourth, and fifth as those three continue to work on each other. So far, Gibson has been pretty good at keeping them behind him. There goes Harvick to the inside. He's got it. Keelan Harvick that time sets quick time of the race. 51.812 for Keelan. He got around Toniolo going up into the chicane. Probably the most common passing area, that uphill, diving underneath into the chicane, taking away the line. When it works, it goes very smoothly and easily. When it doesn't work, it gets ugly. Two to go for the leaders. Two to go for Keelan Harvick and Augustus Toniolo. This is about to get serious here. Bumper to bumper in the chicane. Ethan Tovo is all by himself now. Whatever was going on with those three, that apparently has been settled quite handily. As Ethan Tovo is on his own, Jackson Gibson as well. Lucas Palacio all spread out there. To the inside goes Toniolo for the lead of the down, the double flat left-handers. Harvick crosses him back over. Into the S's, Harvick leads again. He'll see a white flag here. All right, up the hill. Keelan Harvick, the number 62, being tailed closely by the 4 of Augustus Toniolo. Harvick goes down to the inside. Toniolo swings wide to the outside. Through the chicane, they run together. Harvick sticks to the bottom. Toniolo swings to the high side. He's going to try to cross under him. He does get under him. They're side-by-side drag race down to the flat lefts off camber. Toniolo grabs the lead. Now through the tic-tac-toe session, Toniolo leads their bumper to bumper. This down at the bottom flats, double lefts. Will he be able to hold it there? They're side-by-side once again, and Harvick squeezes him. He gets really tight on Juicy. Oh, Toniolo climbs up the back of Harvick's kart and loses the front end, but he keeps it going. He keeps it going, and Keelan Harvick He was tenacious, to say the least, there on that last lap. Battles his way to the victory. Augustus Toniolo finishes second. Ethan Tovo third. Jackson Gibson fourth. Alessandro Truchot fifth. Ashton Woon sixth. Lucas Palacio seventh. Gianmatteo Rosso eighth. Benham Abernathy ninth. Caleb Tarter is 10th. Then it's Tristan Murphy, Benja Fernandez, Bronson Kustas, Troy Ferguson, Royce Vega 15th. Phaeton Saradpan, Tyrone Kemper Jr., Brady Schad, Jackson Toval all the way up 17 positions to 19th. Davin Roberts finishes 20th. J.J. O'Neill, Braylon Underwood, Cameron Marshall, Lillian Scarborough, Reese Bowman rounds out the top 5. And that will do it for our Micro Swift main event. Congratulations to Keelan Harvick for picking up the victory here. We'll be back in a moment with the KA100 Senior main event.
You're listening to turn-by-turn coverage of the United States Pro Kart Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at CTECH Manufacturing Motorplex in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. This weekend's broadcast is brought to you by Kart Sport North America, the Alan Rudolph Racing Academy, Acceleration Kart Racing, and Cooper Tires.
Wins at the sport's biggest races and championships across all levels of karting make up the resume for Nitro Kart. The Nitro Kart has made its statement as the best, fastest, and most reliable cadet chassis on the North American karting market. The 2021 Cadet is the evolution of that success, featuring the latest development and components to put you at the front. If you want to win in Cadet, get a Nitro Kart and join the team. The Nitro Kart Cadet claimed 5 victories at the SCUSA Pro Tour, including the Mini Swift Championship in 2020. At the United States Pro Kart Series, Nitro Kart Cadet earned 5 wins and 14 podiums in mini and micro competition. For a second straight year, Nitro Kart won the U.S. Rotax Grand Nationals in the Minimax division, bringing the title total to 4 in 4 years. If you've seen it on track, it certainly caught your eye. Dominating the 4-cycle world is the Nitro Kart Lefty chassis. The chassis is designed for the Briggs & Stratton 206 engine with a left side mount for better weight distribution. The Lefty is available in cadet and full-size frames. The Nitro Kart Lefty won the CKNA Grand National score in both sportsman and junior categories, with fast time in qualifying for the senior division. Drivers with the Lefty were ranked number 1 in the Briggs & Stratton Weekly Racing Series for junior and cadet divisions. Team Nitro Kart will be at all major events in 2021 with programs tailored to every driver's needs. Focused on driver development, the cadet program under Team Nitro Kart has helped develop some of today's stars, including Brent Cruz, Parker DeLong, Ben Mayer, and Spencer Conrad. Visit Nitro Kart online and find them on Facebook and Instagram.
Now back to the USPKS, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at the CTECH Manufacturing Motorplex in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, on the EKN Radio Network.
Mike Doty Racing, KA100 Senior on tap next. Your pole sitter and pre-final winner, number 972, Connor Zilich. Running alongside him will be the 901 of Brandon Lemke. Zilich won the pre-final by over 2 seconds, so it'll be interesting here to see who has what for him. Cole Morgan and Arias Duke-Mejian will be in row 2. Hayden Jones, Gavin Bailiff in row 3. Hayden Levy and Nicholas Terlecki, row 4. Tyler Wettengill and Thomas Annunziata in row 5. Row 6, Jace Park and Jake French. Row 7, AJ Myers and Nolan Allison. Row 8, Colin Hayes and Josh Holtz. Row 9, Connor Ferris and Nikki Quello. Row 10, Jonah Hanrahan and Riley Can. Row 11, Gia Cicero and Brian Reddick. Row 12, Zach Collins and Logan Mueller. Row 13, Jeremy Furkey and Nikita Paneras. By the way, Nikita didn't get a lap in qualifying, Made it all the way up to 26 out of 52, so halfway through the field in the pre-final. Good for Nikita. In row 14, it's Liam Lech and Jacob Smith. Row 15, Aaron Hockmeister-Ing and Kendall Hedge. Row 16, Joshua Carlson and Basie Williams. Carts are in the tram lines, and we do have a green flag this time. And Zilich will be the leader as they go into the chicane for the first time. Oh, a little hot sauce in the chicane this time. One couple carts getting jammed together. The 937, I think, is one of them. One of the Trinity carts, it looks like. Nikolai Dukov, I think he's the one. I think he's getting going again. They have the ability to restart if they can get out of their carts and get it sorted, but not everybody can do that successfully, but it looks like he was able to. Meanwhile, Connor Zilich is out front. Got Cole Morgan behind him. And Hayden Jones in third. Brandon Lemke fourth. Duke Mezian fifth. Gavin Bailiff sixth. Hayden Levy seventh. Well, Levy lost the spot to Terlecki, but he just took it right back. That's actually 7th and 8th. Now a Trinity cart, the 933, just threw it in there on Terlecki, I believe, as well. I think that was Tyler Wettengel. Now where Wettengel tries to get to the inside of Levy, and he does get there. So Tyler Wettengel having a good run here. Levy comes right back, though, leading out of the straightaway. It'll be a drag race between those two as they head towards the line. Terlecki's going to get down to the inside, obviously, because once you're there, you can keep the outside guy from getting back in line. Levy wisely slows up and pulls down behind those guys so he doesn't get monster trucked off the track, over the hill, through the woods, and down there by the shooting range. Up front, though, is Connor Zilich. He has just got a cart length on Cole Morgan, who is no longer in second. It's actually Hayden Jones in second. Morgan back to third. Brandon Lemke right there as well in fourth. Arias Duke Mezian there as well. Basically, you got 6 carts battling for the lead. Gavin Bailiff in sixth. Good run here for Gavin Bailiff as well. Actually, Bailiff in fifth, Duke Mezian in sixth. I apologize. Those 2 Trinity carts, I had them flipped. Bailiff just went purple with quick time, 49.595. Another cart off the track, entering the chicane. One of the Will Power carts. Driver's going to have to come out of the cart. You can't help him restart. Whatever the issue is, just making sure he's okay. Zilich, Jones, Lemke now. Morgan, Bailiff, Duke Mezian in the top 6. Diving to the inside for second. That's going to be Lemke on Hayden Jones, and he'll get it in the chicane. Carts are littering the chicane over there. We've got 3 of them. It's like a parking lot over there. Zilich ran away and hid from the field in the pre-final. He won by 2 seconds. Not happening just yet here. They are staying right with him. Brandon Lemke is bound and determined to not let him get away this time. 5 carts, nose to tail up front. Duke Mezian clinging on to the back by a couple cart lengths. Well, with them all running bumper to bumper like that, I thought for sure one of them would pull out going into the chicane, but no one did. They all stayed in line, the top 5. And they remain in line as they come down to the off-camber left-hander in the tic-tac-toe section. A little bit further back behind Duke Mezian is Tyler Wettengo. He's just ahead of Nicholas Terlecki. They run 7th and 8th. They got a few kart lengths on what is now Josh Hodes, was Thomas Annunziata. Thomas now back one more. And Aiden Levy has found himself back there in the blender. Man, like a shot of tequila. He is getting chewed up back there. Levy started this race in 7th, and he was up front early, and he is just back there now in the blender, going through the ringer, if you will. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Brandon Lemke has decided he wanted to take a turn leading this one, and Hayden Jones thought, why not join in? So they both passed Connor Zilich and sent him back to 3rd. Cole Morgan getting shuffled back to 5th as Gavin Bailiff moves up to 4th. So big shake-up in that top 6, keeping things interesting. Here we go again. Up the hill. I will say Hayden Jones just did a really sick lockup going into the chicane. And I don't know if it really cost him any positions, but I just want to call out the fact that it was a really sick lockup. Because I'm a big fan of sick lockups. He's running right now right behind Cole Morgan, so I think Cole got around him somewhere along the way in there. Black flag being shown to the 937 as the leaders are closing in. He was involved in that earlier schmozzle on the start. But Brandon Lemke leads another one. Got Connor Zilich right behind him. Now Zilich to the inside. Zilich will go by in the chicane this time and take over the lead once again. Gavin Bailiff has got a front row seat to these two battling it out. How about Gavin Bailiff? Not kind of been on the cusp of running in the front for a while, and he is right here and now and doing it. And he is challenging for the victory here in KA Senior. That's the second time they've shown the black flag to the 937, and I think this time he got the message. Bailiff to the inside of Lemke. Yep, he got him. But Gavin Bailiff showing some speed again. He goes to the inside of Brandon Lemke and takes that second position away. One spot away from leading a USPKS National. A lot of prestige in that these days. We are delighted that that is the case. You want to run the best of the best, you're here to do it. We appreciate it, and you guys are putting on a great show this weekend. Top 4 carts all run nose to tail. Zilich, Bailiff, Lemke. Zilich, Bailiff, Lemke, then about 2 cart lengths back to Cole Morgan, then about 3 cart lengths back to Arias, Duke Mezian, and Hayden Jones. Then about 2 seconds back to Nicholas Terlecki, Josh Holtz, and Tyler Wettengo, and Chase Park. Halfway for Connor Zilich. Gavin Bailiff going to the inside for the lead. He's got it. Brandon Lemke will follow him through. Bailiff takes over as the new leader. Oh, and Zilich comes right back on Lemke. Dive bombs Lemke into the right-hander up there, the hairpin. Zilich back to second. So it's Bailiff, Zilich, Lemke, and Morgan. things are tightening up once again. It's going to be 6 karts here battling for the lead any moment. Gavin Bailiff, though, shows as the leader of record this time by. Here comes Zilic, right back to the inside. 3 wide. Brandon Lemke shoots them both, and he'll go to the lead. Brandon Lemke took it 3 wide in that chicane, and he went back to the front. Now Zilic comes to the inside, and he'll pass him in that downhill left-hand off-camber corner. That's becoming a popular place to pass people. That was never a thing a couple years ago, and it is definitely a thing now. Lemke fighting back again. Goes back to the lead at the bottom of the hill in the double lefts. 6 karts now in the lead pack. Second pack. Terlecki. Hart. Hoax. Wettengill. Zilic back to the front. Zilic, Bailiff. Don't count out Hayden Jones. He's back to third now. Lemke fourth. Adam Kruppen having some sort of a mishap here at the wall, and he'll be carried over the wall. Laps complete. Zilic, Bailiff, Lemke, Jones, Duke Mejian, and Morgan, the top 6 right now. Next lap kart being black flag. And then it should be clear sailing for quite a while, probably for the rest of the race. Cole Morgan passing Arias Dukmejian for 5th. Connor Zilic got himself a little bit of breathing room right now. Maybe an extra kart length between himself and Gavin Bailiff. You can use every kart length you can get here in this group. Zilic has the head down now. Brandon Lemke just turned quick time of the race, though, from third. And those two close right up on Zilic, Bailiff, and Lemke. 16 laps complete, working 17. Ways to go. Going to be 5 to go, I believe, when they come around this time. Tyler Wettengill and Nicholas Terlecki doing a spirited battle there for 7th and 8th. Brandon Lemke gets around, goes to 2nd. Moves around Gavin Bailiff. Now 4 karts out front. They have dusted off Cole Morgan and Arias Dukmejian. Now it is down to Connor Zilic, Brandon Lemke, Gavin Bailiff, and Hayden Jones. Hayden Jones just set quick time of the race. 48.461. 2/10 quicker than Zilich that time. I think it's going to get interesting here before we're done. Jones to the inside for third. He's got it. Jones just drove right by Gavin Bailiff entering the chicane and moved to third. Brandon Lemke, though, is definitely reeling in Connor Zilich. Two to go. All right, here they go. Brandon Lemke dives to the inside in the chicane, and he clears Zilich. Just barely, though. Just barely got by him. Hayden Jones is right there in third. Gavin Bailiff in fourth. They come down the hill into the off-camber left-hander. Zilich swings wide, tries to get back underneath. He's going to force the issue into the corkscrew. He does. He forces Lemke off the corner, and Lemke is just not having it. He shuts the door, forces Zilich back to the inside. Now Lemke stays down to the inside tight in the S's. This is only the second to last lap. Now through the S's, it's going to be Lemke that leads him out. It's a drag race down the front stretch. Zilich gets to the inside. Hayden Jones is going to push Zilich. They force Lemke up off the dogleg. All three of them are going to go by. Gavin Bailiff as well. Lemke says, I don't think so. He decides he's going to make it too wide through the chicane, and he somehow manages to do that successfully. Now he gets up alongside Zilich. No, now he's going to fit in behind him, though. Zilich the leader. Lemke tries to get up alongside him through the tic-tac-toe. He can't do it. They're going to come downhill into the same corkscrew, and Lemke goes straight off the end. Something happened with Lemke. He drove straight off the end of the track. Maybe he got some help. I don't know. But that's over and done for him. Working on the final lap right now. It's Connor Zilich, and he's got a host of carts stacked up behind him. Hayden Jones right there. Hayden's trying to get to the inside. They just cannot get up to him. Double checkers for Connor Zilich. Hayden Jones finishes second. Gavin Bailiff third. Arias Duke Meji in fourth. Cole Morgan fifth. Tyler Wettengel sixth. Nicholas Terlecki seventh. Jace Park eighth. Nolan Allison ninth. Josh Oates 10th. On that last lap, it looked like maybe Lemke's front wheel touched the back wheel of Zilich, and he lost the front end and just essentially ended up being forced to just drive off the end down there. Ended up in the grass, had to come back on, lost a bunch of ground, not exactly the storybook ending he was looking for, but he's won races before. He knows what it's all about. Terlecki 7th, Chase Park 8th, Allison 9th, Holtz 10th, Annunziata 11th, AJ Myers 12th, Connor Ferris 13th, Lemke 14th, Levy 15th, Gia Cicero 16th, Jake French 17th, Keegan Bosch up 25 spots to 18th. That's a pretty tidy little run. Riley Cahan 19th, Adam Rylance up 14 to 20th, Jonah Hanrahan, PJ Lyda up 24 spots to 22nd, Logan Mueller, Nikki Coelho, Aaron Hockmeister-Ing is 25th, Garrett Davis up 23 spots to 26th, Zach Collins, Nikita Paneras, Ethan Arndt, Cole Schroeder, Luka Vuskovic, Brian Reddick, and Joshua Carlson, the last one standing. So congratulations to Connor Zilich on picking up the victory here in KA100 Senior. We will be back in a moment with X30 Pro Junior.
You're listening to turn-by-turn coverage of the United States Pro Kart Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at CTECH Manufacturing Motorplex in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. This weekend's broadcast is brought to you by Kart Sport North America, the Alan Rudolph Racing Academy, Acceleration Kart Racing, and Cooper Tires. Acceleration Kart Racing is your first and only stop on the internet for karts, parts, and the safety gear you need to get you on the track. Visit shopakr.com for a great selection of karting equipment on a user-friendly website. Acceleration Kart Racing has aligned itself with many of the top manufacturers and distributors of the sport to ensure all the latest equipment is available to you, the racer. With over 20 years in business and customer support available 6 days a week, you can be confident about getting the right parts at the right price when you need them. Be sure to visit shopakr.com today or stop by their headquarters in Las Vegas. Make sure to follow Acceleration Kart Racing on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for the latest specials and new arrivals. Are you ready to step up your game? If so, joining the Rawlison Performance Group is the obvious choice to take your racing to the next level. Industry-leading driver development is provided by our staff of multi-time national champions, Super Nationals winners, and Team USA members. And at the same time, RPG continues to be a national-level powerhouse race team. Our goal is to help you raise your game and win races. We work with all age groups, and we're focused on developing cadet and junior drivers who are ready to take the next step in their racing program. Rawlison Performance Group has set a new standard with our in-house engine program, AVP Engines, headed by Alex Vincent. AVP has become the benchmark in both IAME and ROC competition. We also have the largest OTK inventory that follows our race team, providing trackside parts at all the major events in North America. RPG also offers multilingual support with French, Spanish, and Portuguese-speaking staff. If you want to fight for championships or want to improve your skills and your chances to win, the answer is to call RPG at 503-260-4514. The Rawlison Performance Group. We race to win. You can buy all the latest and greatest products on the market, but when you're karting to win, it boils down to one thing: you, the driver. Gain the knowledge and abilities by investing in yourself at the Alan Rudolph Racing Academy, and you'll find those extra tenths of a second you need to put yourself on the podium. The school was established by SuperKarts USA Hall of Fame driver Alan Rudolph, with decades of victories and championships in multiple forms of the sport, including other disciplines of racing. The Alan Rudolph Racing Academy, located at the Speed Sports Racing Park in the metropolitan Houston area, is designed to teach driving skills at all levels. The instructors of the Academy have decades of racing experience and educating drivers of all ages. Classes at the Academy will teach the concepts and skills needed both behind the wheel and off the track. From the beginning kart racing experience and intro to karting courses, to their advanced 1-day and 2-day courses and karting clinics, the Alan Rudolph Racing Academy can improve the skills of any driver. For more information on the specific programs that the Alan Rudolph Racing Academy can provide for you, head to speedsports.com and click on the Racing Academy page. Be sure to follow the Academy on social media by searching for Alan Rudolph Racing Academy. Established in 1999, PSL Karting has become a powerhouse within the karting industry for North America and around the world. PSL Karting is your complete source for all Burrell Art products as the North American importer, providing this top quality product through both their expansive dealer network or through the PSLKarting.com online store. Whatever you need is available 24/7 online, including safety gear, parts, components, and full karting packages. All three brands, Burrell Art, Ricardo Kart, and Charles Leclerc Karts, are in stock and ready to hit the track. Grab your winning chassis for any category by visiting PSLKarting.com to find your nearest dealer. PSL Karting is always looking for interest in new dealers and teams to help create new business relationships. Drivers looking to take their talents to the next level can join the Burrell Art North America race team, competing at all the major US and Canadian events this season. When you're ready to win, go with PSL Karting.
Located in Mooresville, North Carolina, on-site at GoPro Motorplex, Kart Sport North America features over 6,000 square feet of retail space. Along with being the official race team and distributor for the Kart Republic chassis, they offer full retail sales, kart service and storage, and products from the top brands in the sport such as CZ Chain, Talon Sprockets, SKF bearings, and Prisma tire gauges. If you want to take your racing to the next level, they also offer driver training and coaching programs available trackside at GoPro Motorplex. They have a massive inventory, so head to their online store at kartsportna.com to get same-day shipping of the parts and components that you need. While you're there, check out their used section of karts, engines, parts, and accessories. Kart Sport North America. Top quality products, winning brands, and professional driver development services.
Wins at the sport's biggest races and championships across all levels of karting.
Now back to the USPKS, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at the CTECH Manufacturing Motorplex in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, on the EKN Radio Network.
Next up, Rollison Performance Group, X30 Pro Junior. Your pole sitter, Carson Morgan, will start alongside Parker DeLong on row 1. Row 2 will be Aiden Ingrata and Justin Adiconis. Row 3, Christian Miles and Rowan Gill. Row 4, Cameron Weinberg and Max Garcia. Row 5 is Noah Baker and Cameron Weinberg in row 4. Row 5, Max Garcia and Logan Tope. Row 6, Sebastian Weldon and Jorge Ortiz. Row 7, Austin Jers and Jack Jeffers. Row 8, Keke Jaramillo and Cooper Shipman. Row 9, Michael Costello and Lucas Sabo. Row 10, Cole Kleck and Stephen Miller. Row 11, Cooper Beasley and Donovan Bonilla. Row 12, G3 Argyrios and Jake Walker. Row 15, Danny Deschelsky and Jeremy Fletcher. And in row 16, Cameron Brinkman and Frankie Mossman. Leaders, karts on track right now. They've just completed their warm-up lap and now on their formation lap as they begin to take shape here in the tram lines. Drivers. All right, drivers in the line. So far, so good. Here we go. Green, green, green. Morgan on the inside, DeLong on the outside. And Morgan will be the leader on the exit, but it's going to be the 705 of Aiden Ingrata that gets to second as they come off the chicane. Third place is going to be the 707 of Christian Miles, I think. He had a good start. So Miles into second. I think that's going to be Adiconis, his teammate, in fourth. Fifth place, maybe DeLong. I don't know. Whoever that is trying to wedge it in right there. Yep, that's Parker DeLong. He just shot the gap between Miles and Adiconis and door stopped his way into fourth. Onto the front straightaway once again. It will be Carson Morgan, Aiden Ingrata, Christian Miles, Parker DeLong, Justin Adiconis, Max Garcia, and Cameron Weinberg. Rowan Gill, Jorge Ortiz, and Logan Tope, your top 10 in X30 Pro Junior. Morgan and Ingrata have opened up a big gap already. Parker DeLong has gotten around Christian Miles. Actually, Justin Adiconis and Parker DeLong have gotten by Christian Miles. Miles back to fifth. Adiconis not going to have it, though. He's going to go back to third as he passes DeLong. scramble back there for third and fourth. I think DeLong dropped the wheel on the exit of the chicane. Maybe, maybe not. Doesn't look like it cost him anything. He still sits in fourth, sandwiched by the two MDR karts of Ataconis and Miles. Sixth place is Cameron Weinberg, I believe. Seventh place, Rowan Gill, the 774. And then there's a whole mess of karts being paced by the 711 of Jorge Ortiz, Max Garcia, Jack Jeffers. Carson Morgan really showing him how it's done here once again. 48.879. He won the pre-final by almost 4 seconds over DeLong. He is up to a half a second lead right now over Ingrata, which is not anything to get comfortable with. Ataconis third, DeLong fourth, Miles fifth, Weinberg sixth, Garcia seventh, Gill eighth, Ortiz ninth, Jeffers 10th. Toke, Weldon, Fletcher, Costello, Walker is 15th. Carson Morgan, quick time of the race, 48.404, that time by. Aiden Ingrata runs second, 48.531. Parker DeLong, Christian Miles to the inside for third. He's got it. And Justin Ataconis takes advantage of the loss of momentum by DeLong, and he goes to fourth. So DeLong goes from third to fifth in that corner. Now Ataconis goes to the inside of Miles, and he'll go to third. Now Parker DeLong tries to go by both of them, but Christian Miles not having it. Standing up for himself there. He jumps in front of DeLong and says, nope, I'm going to third. And he does. Weinberg follows them all through, though. Ataconis goes all the way back to sixth. Weinberg gets around DeLong now. Cameron Weinberg picking up the spot there, and he goes all the way up to fourth place. Aiden Ingrata, purple last time by, 48.020 from second. Lead from first to second, only 4/10. Diving to the inside for third. It's going to be Weinberg, I think. I think he got it, too, although now they're shuffling once again. Nope. Miles is going to come back out of it, but here comes Weinberg. They're side by side. Okay, Weinberg will have third now. Miles fourth. DeLong fifth. Ataconis sixth. Now Miles shoots to the inside of the double left-hander. I thought he'd overshoot the corner, but he did not. He holds the position. Good aggressive driving here by Christian Miles. That's the only way you can drive this class. You have to be moving forward or you're moving backwards. Ataconis also goes by. Weinberg shuffled back to fifth. Now to the inside once again goes Ataconis, and he will take a spot. Will Miles hold on to his spot? They're 3 wide. I have no idea what happened there. I think Weinberg got 4th out of it. Miles 5th, and DeLong is 6th. Kind of keeping one eye on that battle, and I'm keeping my other eye, like John Madden can look in 2 places at once. I'm looking at the leaders here. I want to see how close Aiden Ingrata is getting to Carson Morgan. Morgan purple again, that time by 47.7, but Aiden Ingrata right on his rear bumper now. Let's take a break from the 3rd, 4th, and 5th battle and watch these 2 leaders. Morgan got a good run off the chicane. Ingrata was on his rear bumper entering it. Morgan now with a 1.5 cart length advantage as they work back through the tic-tac-toe section. Could not ask for a better day of weather here at Road America for kart racing. It's like 74 degrees and clear to hazy skies, sunshine, beautiful. Not much in the way of wind, just enough wind to keep it cool. Ten laps complete. Going to be halfway next time by. We'll run down through the field when they get the halfway mark. Going to be Carson Morgan, your leader. Aiden Ingrata a few kart lengths behind him. This time by, it's going to be Justin Ataconis in 3rd, Cameron Weinberg in 4th, Parker DeLong, then Christian Miles. Then another big gap to Logan Toke and Jack Jeffers. Then another big gap to Jeremy Fletcher and Michael Costello. Another big gap to Jake Walker. A little gap to Rowan Gill, Jorge Ortiz, Sebastian Weldon in 14th, Donovan Bonilla, Frankie Mossman in 16th. Then it's Max Garcia, Cameron Brinkman, Stephen Miller, Cooper Shipman in 20th, Danny Deshelsky, Kiki Jaramillo, G3 Argurios, Lucas Zavo, and Austin Jers, the last kart running. In fact, I think Jers is going to be out now. Jack Jeffers just picking up a spot from Jeremy Fletcher. I think he had momentarily relinquished that one and just took it back. Still Morgan and Ingrata running nose to tail with a big lead. 4.5, 5 seconds from 2nd to 3rd. Justin Ataconis in 3rd. He's a second ahead of Cameron Weinberg. Weinberg just turned quick time of the race. Cameron Weinberg at the 787 just went purple with 47.728. .14 laps complete. Ataconis goes purple, 47.57. Top two karts have a lot of separation on the rest of the field. Justin Ataconis in third has a great big lead over fourth. Fourth place, Cameron Weinberg. He's got a kart length over Parker DeLong and Christian Miles, who run nose to tail. They've got 1.5 seconds on Logan Toke. And Logan is running oh, there goes DeLong. He goes around Weinberg to pick up a spot. So Parker DeLong moving up one, moving into fourth. Weinberg fifth, Miles sixth. Logan Toke in the 757 runs seventh. He's between Jack Jeffers and Christian Miles. Another pass for fourth. That fourth, fifth, and sixth group right now is where the action is. It's where the karts are running close together. Check in on them a little closer. Weinberg, Miles, and DeLong now. So Parker DeLong had moved up a spot, and then he lost two on the last sequence. Meanwhile, I think Logan Toke is catching them guys a little bit at a time. Especially if they keep battling. Got a ways to go yet. 17 laps in. 5 to go. No change up front. Still Morgan and Ingrata separated by a kart length. Fourth, fifth, and sixth. Weinberg, Miles, and DeLong. Logan Toke, 3 kart lengths back. Jack Jeffers, another 3. Then a great big gap back to Jeremy Fletcher, who leads another pack of karts. Jake Walker, Michael Costello, Sebastian Weldon, all mired back there. Donovan Bonilla right there as well. Then a little bit of a gap to Ortiz and Rowan Gill. Actually, Gill is ahead of Ortiz now. Then another great big gap back to Stephen Miller in the 773. Cameron Brinkman, Mossman, Garcia, and Deshelsky. DeLong back to the inside of Miles. Aiden Ingrata, second place, quick time of the race just now. 47.494. Top 3 karts just put in their personal best laps. Ingrata is obviously saving it here for the money lap. Got to be 2 to go this time when they come to the line. Aiden Ingrata puts the head down and says it's go time. As does Carson Morgan. Ingrata not close enough for a pass. He's still 2 kart lengths back. Meanwhile, back here in 4th position, it is DeLong, Weinberg, Miles, Jeffers, and Toke. White flag in the air for Carson Morgan. One more time around. Can he do it? He's got a half a second. Aiden Ingrata just cannot get up to Morgan's rear bumper. might take some sort of hero move or witchcraft or magnetic attraction to close that gap, but so far it's not looking good. That is for Aiden Ingrata. It's looking great for Morgan. Down the hill through the double lefts in the flats. Carson Morgan looks like he's going to cruise here unchallenged at the end. Aiden Ingrata got as close as he possibly could, but Carson Morgan pulls off the big victory here at USPKS. Meanwhile, Christian Miles trying to root him out of the way. He's going to hold on, though. He'll finish fourth. Carson Morgan wins it. Aiden Ingrata, cart length back, threw everything he had at it, just came up one spot short. Justin Ataconis third. Christian Miles beats out a whole gaggle of carts at the end for fourth. Cameron Weinberg fifth. Parker DeLong sixth. Jack Jeffers seventh. Logan Toke eighth. Jeremy Fletcher ninth, up 17 spots for Fletcher. That's a good move up in anybody's book. Michael Costello 10th. Sebastian Weldon finishes where he started in 11th. Rowan Gill 12th. Ortiz 13th. Bonilla 14th. Garcia 15th. Then it's Cameron Brinkman, Lucas Zabo, Kiki Hoenillo, G3 Argurios, Cooper Shipman 20th. Deshelsky, Mossman, Walker, and Miller round out the field in X30 Pro Junior. All right, that'll do it for that one. Up next, X30 Masters. They're getting a stern talking to by the grid steward right now. We'll be back.
You're listening to turn-by-turn coverage of the United States Pro Kart Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at CTECH Manufacturing Motorplex in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. This weekend's broadcast is brought to you by Kart Sport North America, the Alan Rudolph Racing Academy, Acceleration Kart Racing, and Cooper Tires.
Wins at the sport's biggest races and championships across all levels of karting make up the resume for Nitro Kart. The Nitro Kart has made its statement as the best, fastest, and most reliable cadet chassis on the North American karting market. The 2021 Cadet is the evolution of that success, featuring the latest development and components to put you at the front. If you want to win in Cadet, get a Nitro Kart and join the team. The Nitro Kart Cadet claimed 5 victories at the SCUSA Pro Tour, including the Mini Swift Championship in 2020. At the United States Pro Kart Series, Nitro Kart Cadet earned 5 wins and 14 podiums in mini and micro competition. For a second straight year, Nitro Kart won the U.S. Rotax Grand Nationals in the Minimax division, bringing the title total to 4 in 4 years. If you've seen it on track, it certainly caught your eye. Dominating the 4-cycle world is the Nitro Kart Lefty chassis. The chassis is designed for the Briggs & Stratton 206 engine with a left side mount for better weight distribution. The Lefty is available in cadet and full-size frames. The Nitro Kart Lefty won the CKNA Grand Nationals 4 in both sportsman and junior categories, with fast time in qualifying for the senior division. Drivers with the Lefty were ranked number 1 in the Briggs & Stratton Weekly Racing Series for junior and cadet divisions. Team Nitro Kart will be at all major events in 2021 with programs tailored to every driver's needs. Focused on driver development, the cadet program under Team Nitro Kart has helped develop some of today's stars, including Brent Cruz, Parker DeLong, Ben Mayer, and Spencer Conrad. Visit Nitro Kart online and find them on Facebook and Instagram.
Now back to the USPKS, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at the CTECH Manufacturing Motorplex in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, on the EKN Radio Network.
And we're back with Speed Concepts Racing, X30 Masters, and their main event. Your pole sitter in X30 Masters, number 555, Renato Jader David. Starting on the outside of the front row, number 1, Scott Kopp. In row 2, Scott Robertson, Derek Wang. In row 3, Ryan Spirowski and Martin Stone. Row 4, Danny Robertson and Christian Volmir. Row 5, Miguel Meyer and Scott Carapoletti. Row 6, Glauber Granero and Michael Ariema. Row 7, TJ Nevels and Paul Montopoli. Row 8, Curtis Terry and Tiago Goncalves. Row 9, Kim Carapoletti and Mario Barrios. And row 10, John Robichaux and Robert Mayer. Field has just completed their warm-up lap, now falling into formation. It'll be very interesting here. Mario Barrios is every bit as fast as anybody else in this field, and he is starting in the back due to a mechanical failure in the pre-final. We'll have somebody to keep our eye on here when we're not watching the leaders. Renato Jader David and Scott Kopp, your front row. They are in the tram lines, crossing the start-finish line, coming to the attention of starter Bobby Radivoy. Green, green, green. Scott Kopp from the outside swings across the bow of David and takes the top spot. He'll bring Scott Roberts with him. There'll be a hot mess behind him, but everybody reconvenes at the back of the pack and continues on. Oh, my mistake. I thought that was Scott Kopp coming across. It was not. Scott got shuffled way back. That was Scott Roberts and Renato Jader David. Renato taking the lead. I thought that was Kopp. I apologize. It was a green cart. And at that distance, I was misdirected. Fooled, if you will. I am a clown here merely for your entertainment. So Renato Jader David with the lead. Scott Roberts 1 cart length behind him. They're climbing the hill. They've already got 1 second on third place, Danny Robertson. Danny Robertson looks like he's just ahead of, I believe that's Derek Wang, then Ryan Spirowski, and then the one of Scott Kopp, followed by Christian Volmir. The 512 of Danny Bonilla, no, Glauber Granero. Glauber Granero there in the 512 follows. They come around to the stripe once again. Scott Roberts right up on the rear bumper of David. Passing opportunity for third place, perhaps. Derek Wang trying to go around Danny Robertson. I think he got him. He did get him on the exit of the chicane, so Derek Wang goes to third, Robertson fourth. Scott Kopp making his way up. He has made it to fifth after he works around Ryan Spirowski. Checking in on Mario Barrios to see where he's at. He is up to 10th, up 8 spots to 10th. Just ahead of Martin Stone. Change up front. Scott Roberts has taken over as the leader. Scott Roberts in the 528 out of the Speed Racing camp. Speed Concepts Racing, that is, your new leader. Renato Jader David runs second. Derek Wang third. Scott Kopp now fourth. Kopp making his way around Danny Robertson to move into that fourth spot. Lots of time here for everybody to make their way up to the front. Mario Barrios now up to ninth. Remember, Mario started this one in 20th due to a mechanical failure in the pre-final. He does 2 leaders to start mixing it up. Kopp picks up another one, and he goes to third. Oh, Scott Roberts having a problem. He is slowed, really slowed. And he is off. Scott Roberts, your leader, has to pull off and head to the pit area for mechanical failure. Now Renato Janner-DeVee leads. Scott Kopp behind him, 1.2 seconds. Your defending champion here in the U.S. PKS Masters Division, number 1. Derek Wang, meantime, runs third. He is dealing with Christian Vomier. Vomier gets him, and Vomier goes to third. Wang fourth. Fifth place now, Danny Robertson. Mario continues to move up. He was 7th last time by. I think he's going to be 6th this time. He is, yes, he is up to 6th, up 12 spots. So Renato Janner-DeVee has got a long ways to go. 16 laps remain, and he's got to hold off some hard chargers. .2 seconds last time by. Kopp purple on this last lap, though. He brings the lead down to just over a second. Come around once again. Renato Janner-DeVee resets quick time. John Robichaux, though, he resets it from 9th place to 47.987. That time, DeVee just a tick quicker than Scott Kopp. Christian Vomier in third, quicker than both of them. Derek Wang right on Vomier's tail, so he is also fairly quick. Quicker than both the leaders. Mario Barrios has made it to 5th, up 13 positions into the top 5. Next stop, the podium. Trying to get it in those top 3 spots. Barrios resets quick time, 47.984 from 5th. Renato Janner-DeVee personal best time, 48 flat. Scott Kopp, 48.2 last time by. The lead grows to 1.3 seconds, first to second. Christian Vomier in third, Derek Wang fourth, right on his rear bumper. Mario Barrios, 3 kart lengths back in 5th. 9 complete, coming to 10. Still not even to the halfway mark. Mario Barrios, purple again, 47.930 for Mario. 1.2 seconds first to second. The lead holds steady. Kopp just a slight tick quicker on that session, that circuit, if you will. Christian Vomier at half a second back. Derek Wang all over the rear bumper of Christian Vomier. And Mario Barrios in the 511 runs 5th right behind the both of them. One false move by either of them, and Barrios will leap like the beast that he is and take both those positions away as they come to the halfway mark. Scott Kopp puts in again his personal best, cuts the lead down to 1 second. Barrios, purple again, 47.91. He dives to the inside for fourth. He will clear Derek Wang, I believe. He does. Scott Kopp, quick time, 47.75, cuts the lead to 0.8. Visibly can see it now on the track. He can smell it. Renato Jader-David puts in his personal best time, still 0.2 slower than Kopp's. He continues to chip away at it. Meanwhile, Christian Vomier, some distance back, has his hands full of the 5.11 of Mario Barrios, who's worked his way up from dead-ass last all the way to fourth. .13 complete. Barrios is thinking about it. Vomier is not going to let him have it easy, though. Mario's going to have to work for it. And he gets up alongside Vomier for third. And Mario Barrios spins the kart, I believe, into the infield. Oh, not well received. There was some contact between Christian Vomier and Mario Barrios, and Mario Barrios got the negative end of it, and he went off the track, and he came back on some distance back. Vomier was aggressively defending his position. That would have been for third at the time. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Scott Kopp has gone to the shed, pulled a horse out of the stables, and put a saddle on it, and he is riding that thing like he just rented it to the front of this field. He is now 0.3 off the back of Renato Jader-David. You might as well say he's in his back pocket, and the horse is eating the oats. All over the back of Renato Jader-David. Scott Kopp right now in the number one. 15 this time by when they come to the line. It'll be 15 complete. Up that straightaway to the chicane. They stay in line, the front two. Third, fourth, and fifth is settled. There goes Kopp to the inside for the lead. He's got it. Scott Kopp takes the number one to the front. Renato Jader-David got a great start. Scott did not. And he took him a while to make his way back to the front, but he came with a furious pace here once we got to the middle section of this race. Renato Jader-David will not give up easily, though. Kopp is going to have to defend this position for the final 6 laps. I do believe Kopp is quicker, though, the way he ran him down. If he can get a little bit of distance on Jader-David, he will be okay, but he's got to get a little bit of a gap before he can get back into that rhythm. Derek Wang runs third now after the altercation between Christian Vomier and Mario Barrios. Wang got around both of them and got a little bit of breathing room over Vomier. 17 laps complete, 5 to go. Scott Kopp is maintaining a tenuous one-kart length lead over the number 555, Renato Jader-David. Meanwhile, Derek Wang is just barely staying ahead of Christian Vomier for third. Well, we already know there was contact between Vomier and Barrios, but what we don't know is if there's going to be any sort of a penalty as a result of that. So we're not sure what happened there, and that's not up to me to decide. I report, you decide. Actually, no, the officials decide, and they will report it eventually. Koppel getting some good runs off that downhill, off-camber left-hander. Not as good through the S's. David closes up on his rear bumper, entering the S's section, and seems to be glued to his tail when they come out of it each time. Right up on Scott Kopp's rear bumper as they climb the hill and go to the chicane. Derek Wang just lost the spot, I believe, to Christian Vomier. Yep, Vomier got third away from Wang, so Wang goes back to fourth. Fifth place, Danny Robertson in the 504. Two to go. Scott Kopp peeks over his right shoulder. He sees Renato Jader-David right there behind him. Through the chicane, they stay nose to tail. Up the short chute to turn 4. Front 2 stay in line. Derek Wang and Christian Vomier stay in line. Down the hill, through the right-hand corkscrew to the double left flats. Kopp with a one-kart length lead. This is where he's given his lead back each time in these S's here. David chops off a little bit here and there, and once again, he's going to close up on him. Kopp swings way wide on the exit of the oval. Renato David does not swing as wide. It seems like he gains a little bit there. White flag in the air. They head to the chicane. Kopp with a half a kart length lead up the hill through the chicane. Nothing there for Renato Jader-David. On the backside, the right-hander, Kopp maintains that one kart lead. Down the hill into the left hand off camber. Tic-tac-toe, one kart leg separates the leaders. Through the right-hand corkscrew. Scott has been pretty good through this section here. It's this last section that's been a little bit troublesome for him. He heads to the S's with the lead. He's going to have to be a hero move by the 55, and this is it. He throws it in there, and he dives underneath, and he grabs the lead. He chops Kopp on the exit, and Scott Kopp is going to lose this one on the last couple corners. It's where he has kind of struggled a little bit, and Renato Jader-David knew it, and he took advantage of it, threw it in on the right-hand side of the S's. Pretty hard to defend that spot. Kopp will finish second and have quick time of the race, 47.626. Christian Vomier third, Derek Wang fourth, Danny Robertson fifth. Mario Barrios recovers once again. He'll finish sixth. Martin Stone seventh, Glover Granero eighth, Miguel Meyer ninth, Ryan Spirowski 10th. Then it is Scott Carapoletti, Rob Mayer, Paul Montopoli, TJ Nevels, Michael Ariema, Tiago Goncalves, and Curtis Terry rounding it out in X30 Masters. 2 classes left to go. The next one up is Mini Swift.
You're listening to turn-by-turn coverage of the United States Pro Kart Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at CTECH Manufacturing Motorplex in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. This weekend's broadcast is brought to you by Kart Sport North America, the Alan Rudolph Racing Academy, Acceleration Kart Racing, and Cooper Tires. Acceleration Kart Racing is your first and only stop on the internet for karts, parts, and the safety gear you need to get you on the track. Visit shopakr.com for a great selection of karting equipment on a user-friendly website. Acceleration Kart Racing has aligned itself with many of the top manufacturers and distributors in the sport to ensure all the latest equipment is available to you, the racer. With over 20 years in business and customer support available 6 days a week, you can be confident about getting the right parts at the right price when you need them. Be sure to visit shopakr.com today or stop by their headquarters in Las Vegas. Make sure to follow Acceleration Kart Racing on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for the latest specials and new arrivals. Are you ready to step up your game? If so, joining the Rawlson Performance Group is the obvious choice to take your racing to the next level. Industry-leading driver development is provided by our staff of multi-time national champions, Super Nationals winners, and Team USA members. And at the same time, RPG continues to be a national-level powerhouse race team. Our goal is to help you raise your game and win races. We work with all age groups, and we're focused on developing cadet and junior drivers who are ready to take the next step in their racing program. Rawlson Performance Group has set a new standard with our in-house engine program, AVP Engines, headed by Alex Vincent. AVP has become the benchmark in both IAME and ROC competition. We also have the largest OTK inventory that follows our race team, providing trackside parts at all the major events in North America. RPG also offers multilingual support with French, Spanish, and Portuguese-speaking staff. If you want to fight for championships or want to improve your skills and your chances to win, the answer is to call RPG at 503-260-4514. The Rawlson Performance Group. We race to win. You can buy all the latest and greatest products on the market, but when you're karting to win, it boils down to one thing: you, the driver. Gain the knowledge and abilities by investing in yourself at the Alan Rudolph Racing Academy, and you'll find those extra tenths of a second you need to put yourself on the podium. The school was established by SuperKarts USA Hall of Fame driver Alan Rudolph, with decades of victories and championships in multiple forms of the sport, including other disciplines of racing. The Alan Rudolph Racing Academy, located at the Speed Sports Racing Park in the metropolitan Houston area, is designed to teach driving skills at all levels. The instructors of the Academy have decades of racing experience and educating drivers of all ages. Classes at the Academy will teach the concepts and skills needed both behind the wheel and off the track. From the beginning kart racing experience and intro to karting courses, to their advanced 1-day and 2-day courses and karting clinics, the Alan Rudolph Racing Academy can improve the skills of any driver. For more information on the specific programs that the Alan Rudolph Racing Academy can provide for you, head to speedsports.com and click on the Racing Academy page. Be sure to follow the Academy on social media by searching for Alan Rudolph Racing Academy. Now back to the USPKS, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at the CTECH Manufacturing Motorplex in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, on the EKN Radio Network.
Up next, Trinity Karting Group, Mini Swift. Mini Swift getting ready for their main event. Matthias Orjuela and Oscar Iliff will pace the field here. Reagan Seville, Enzo Vitamontieni will be in row 2. Asher Uckstein and Braden Zerves, row 3. Tyler Roberts and Salvador Della Vecchia in row 4. Gage Korn and Ayrton Grimm in row 5. Diego Ardiles and Indy Reagan in row 6. Cash Perkins and Carson Weinberg in row 7. Diego Guyot and Keegan Kaminsky in row 8. Landon Skinner and Vivek Canthan in row 9. Isaac Melquid and Jack Yelliff in row 10. Kai Johnson and Clayton Ingram in row 11. Row 12, Alan Bonilla Espinova and Santiago Duran. And we are underway with the green flag. And just one didn't make it through the chicane. The 121, the driver not making it through the chicane. So good start for everyone else. One kart driving off through the grass on the exit of turn 4. Oh, 2 karts spinning out down the hill. 3 karts, 4 karts. Not sure what all transpired there, but in the back, a number of karts spinning out, coming down the hill in the off-camber left-hander. They'll rejoin in the back. The leaders are coming around for the first time to the timing and scoring stripe. And we will see. It looks like it is, in fact, going to be Matthias Orjuela with the lead. Orjuela, Seville, Roberts, Uckstein, Ardiles, and Korn, the top 6. Cash Perkins runs 7th. Top 2 karts, though, run nose to tail. Then there's a little bit of a gap back to that third place kart, the 199 of Tyler Roberts. He is just ahead of Asher Oakstein in the 149. All pretty tight racing right now. Orjuela and Seville got a little bit of a lead, but that's going to evaporate pretty quickly, most likely. Diego Ardiles got a pretty good start. He's up 6 spots already. Tyler Roberts in 3rd. He's up 4 spots. Orjuela and Seville continue to lead. They've actually stretched it out a little bit over Asher Oakstein, who's moved into 3rd. Diego Ardiles, so Tyler Roberts to 4th. Cash Perkins, though, right behind him. Perkins up to 5th. Beyond Perkins, it is Oscar Illa. See if we maybe lost somebody in there. They come around to the line. This time it's Orjuela, Seville, Oakstein, Ardiles, Perkins 5th, Illa 6th, Roberts 7th, Skinner 8th, H. Korn, and Enzo Vitamontiani is 10th. Front 2 karts starting to stretch it out here. A little bit disconcerting for the rest of the field. Those two don't battle each other and continue to just lay down fast laps. Orjuela, quick time of the race so far from the lead. They are 1.3 seconds ahead of Asher Oakstein in 3rd. Diego Ardiles coming under fire right now. He'll lose a spot to Cash Perkins. Perkins is on a tear here. Perkins picks up another spot here, and he goes up to 4th, and he has now picked up 9 positions on the start here. Oscar Iliff also going to get by Diego Ardiles, I believe. Well, they battle side by side. Yep, I think he does get that done for 5th. Meanwhile, Matthias Orjuela doing a nice job here leading this one. Reagan Seville hangs just behind him. Couple of kart lengths. Asher Oakstein now has Cash Perkins all over his rear bumper. Cash setting him up nice. He's glued to him right now. As they roll through the chicane, Perkins to the inside. He'll cruise right by, I believe, into 4. He does. Perkins goes to 3rd now, picking up another spot. That's 10 positions for Cash Perkins in the first 5.5 laps. This is not like this is some club race in, backwoods Wisconsin. This is the best of the best here in Mini. So Asher Oakstein now 4th. Oscar Iliff is 5th. Diego Ardili 6th. Enzo Vitamontiani is 7th. Landon Skinner 8th. Tyler Roberts 9th. Salvador Della Vecchia rounds out the top 10. I believe Asher Oakstein just lost another spot to Oscar Iliff. He did. Oscar now up into 4th. These front two, though, they are putting on a pretty good pace here. 51.5, 51.3. Cash Perkins is passing a lot of cars, but he may have met his match here. We'll see if he's able to meet their pace. Get closer. A tenth or so off. A little time to get some rhythm, but he's not going to get it, as going to the inside is going to be maybe 2 carts. I think both Iliff and Oakstein got by Cash Perkins. Yeah, they did. Matthias Orjuela continuing to show the way here, 7 laps in. Going to be completing lap number 8 here momentarily. 20 laps is the distance for Mini. One more main event to go after this. Then we will have our Saturday podium presentation. It will take place just ahead of the registration trailer between there and the grid area. Most people have seen it in the process of being set up for this afternoon. Top 3 finishers in every class and the quick qualifier all receiving an award tonight at our podium presentation. Remember, we got those big cash purses for the pro classes as well. And that'll be handed out tomorrow night based on total points from the feature races. Matthias Orjuela, 51.099. Quick time of the race by a good amount. Enzo Vitamontiani, though, says I'm better than that. 51.072 for Enzo. Currently runs in 6th, mired behind a whole gaggle of carts. Iliff, Oakstein, Perkins, all in front of him. Diego Ardili's 2 carts behind him. The biggest thing Orjuela has going for him right now, in addition to being one of the fastest carts out there, is he is unchallenged. He can run his line anywhere he wants to. Doesn't have to worry about being overtaken. Halfway down, Oscar Iliff, quick time. 51.032 for the 117. Perkins loses another spot to Enzo Vitamontiani. So Cash Perkins had a meteoric rise to the top 3, but kind of flamed out. I think he peaked out on his setup maybe a little bit early, and now it's not quite where he needs it to be. And he's drizzled back a couple spots back to 6th. Perhaps it'll come back around again and he can make another run before this one's all done. There's still 9 laps remaining. We'll run through the field here since we just passed halfway a moment ago. Orjuela with a pretty good lead over Seville. Seville with another big lead. 2 seconds ahead of third place, Oscar Elif. Oscar's just a few kart lengths ahead of Asher Oakstein, who is just ahead of Enzo Vitamontiani. They're 2 kart lengths ahead of Cash Perkins, who's 2 kart lengths ahead of Diego Ardiles. Then there's a big lead, big gap back to Tyler Roberts, Salvador De La Vecchia, Gage Korn, Landon Skinner. Then a little bit of a gap back to Diego Guillot, Carson Weinberg. And then Kay Jager, then Diego. Ayrton Grimm is 15. Then Jack Elif is 16th. Ty Johnson, Vivek Canton, Oliver Weldon is in 19th. Oliver is up 23 positions, which is a nice move up. Sarah Bradley up 11 to 20th. Ascendra Miliev 21st. Keegan Kaminsky 22nd, Alan Bonilla Espinoza, Jackson Wolney up 17 to 24th, Hudson Schwartz, Gavin Witt, Nix Eggleston, Isaac Malquit, Clayton Ingram, Santiago Duran is 30th, Indy Reagan, James Moss, Alexander Jacoby, Chase Petty, Devin Walls, Martin Ramirez, David Ramirez, Drew Walls, and Michael McGaughy, the last one running, 39 in Mini. So Matthias Orjuela still enjoying a 1-second lead over Reagan Seville. Together, they enjoy a 1.8-second lead over Oscar Elif. Enzo Vitamontiani all the way up to 4th now. Asher Uckstein 5th, Cash Perkins 6th, Diego Ardile 7th. Laps complete. Watching that third place battle here to see if Elif is able to hold off Enzo Vitamontiani, or how much longer he's able to, let's put it that way. Enzo had quick time of the race last time by, and he resets it this time. Thought he was going to go for it there, but he did not. He stayed in line through the chicane that time. Have a potential lapper that they're trying to black flag off. He's seen the black flag twice now. We'll see if he pulls off this time. And that time he got her. Orjuela in the 116 brings the field around once again. It seemed like they might be shortening up a little bit here. Still got that 1 second lead, but the same time as Seville. But Enzo Vitamontiani is bringing the rest of the field along a little bit quicker. Single file all the way through the whole top 10. Guy on the move, though, Enzo Vitamontiani in the 195. I don't know that he's got enough laps to do anything here, though. He seems like he's quicker than Reagan Seville, but not much. Not much. Leaders come around this time. It will be 2 to go. Two more times around for Matthias Orjuela. He has led this one from the drop of the green flag. Got 1.3 seconds, but Reagan Seville, he is in jeopardy now. Seville has been running second the entirety of the race, and he had a huge lead. But that has drizzled away as Enzo Vitamontiani has worn down that gap. He is now just a couple kart lengths, and what's worse is he's got Oscar Iliff right behind him. Reagan Seville is in trouble here. He went a 51.5 last time. He gave up a whole half a second to Enzo. It'll be a white flag this time by for Matthias Orjuela in the 116. He'll come to the line once more. Meanwhile, Reagan Seville in the 119. Enzo Vitamontiani's got a good run on him up the straightaway. He'll go down to the inside. Reagan blocks down to the inside. Enzo doesn't have a choice. He has to stay in line. They come off, going up to turn 4. Enzo gets to the inside. He'll take the position for the time being. Seville crosses him back over on the exit, though. Downhill into turn 4. Seville holds the spot. Vitamonti gets next to him. Through the tic-tac-toe section, side by side, Oscar Iliff gets in there between Enzo Vitamontiani and Reagan Seville. Oscar goes to third. Down into the S's. There's one more shot here. Oscar tries to get to the inside. Seville protects it well. Can't do it. Meanwhile, Matthias Orjuela is going to take the victory here in Mini Swift by a comfortable margin of victory at 2.4 seconds. Reagan Seville battled it out on that last lap and held on. I don't know that he would have had another lap in him. Held on for second. Oscar Iliff takes advantage of the holdup, and he'll get Enzo Vitamontiani. He'll finish third. Enzo fourth. Asher Oakstein fifth. Diego Ardili sixth. Cash Perkins seventh. Cade Jager up 24 spots to eighth. Nice move up for Cade. Carson Weinberg ninth. Salvador De La Vecchia 10th, Gage Korn 11th, Jack Iliff 12th, he moved up 8 spots, Diego Guillot 13th, Kai Johnson 14th, Landon Skinner, Vivek Canthan, Ayrton Grimm, Sarah Bradley up 13 to 18th, Oliver Weldon up 23 to 19th. Ascendra Miliev is 20th, and it's Alan Bonilla Espinoza, Keegan Kaminsky, Jackson Wolney up 18, Santiago Duran, Nix Eggleston is 25th. Indy Reagan, Hudson Schwartz, Clayton Ingram, Gavin Witt, James Moss 30th. Isaac Malquit, Devin Walls, Jace Petty, Alexander Jacoby, Martin Ramirez Barrero, and Drew Walls rounds out the field of those running. That will do it for Mini Swift. One more circuit here, and that is going to be X30 Pro Senior. We'll be back with them in a moment.
You're listening to turn-by-turn coverage of the United States Pro Kart Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at CTECH Manufacturing Motorplex in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. This weekend's broadcast is brought to you by Kart Sport North America, the Alan Rudolph Racing Academy, Acceleration Kart Racing, and Cooper Tires. Established in 1999, PSL Karting has become a powerhouse within the karting industry for North America and around the world. PSL Karting is your complete source for all Burrell Art products as the North American importer, providing this top quality product through both their expansive dealer network or through the PSLKarting.com online store. Whatever you need is available 24/7 online, including safety gear, parts, components, and full karting packages. All three brands, Burrell Art, Ricardo Kart, and Charles Leclerc karts are in stock and ready to hit the track. Grab your winning chassis for any category by visiting pslkarting.com to find your nearest dealer. PSL Karting is always looking for interest in new dealers and teams to help create new business relationships. Drivers looking to take their talents to the next level can join the Burrell Art North America race team, competing at all the major US and Canadian events this season. When you're ready to win, go with PSL Karting.
Located in Mooresville, North Carolina, on-site at GoPro Motorplex, Kart Sport North America features over 6,000 square feet of retail space. Along with being the official race team and distributor for the Kart Republic chassis, they offer full retail sales, kart service and storage, and products from the top brands in the sport such as CZ Chain, Talon Sprockets, SKF bearings, and Prisma tire gauges. If you want to take your racing to the next level, they also offer driver training and coaching programs available trackside at GoPro Motorplex. They have a massive inventory, so head to their online store at kartsportna.com to get same-day shipping of the parts and components that you need. While you're there, check out their used section of karts, engines, parts, and accessories. Kart Sport North America. Top quality products, winning brands, and professional driver development services.
Now back to the USPKS, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at the CTECH Manufacturing Motorplex in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, on the EKN Radio Network.
And we're back with Franklin Motorsports X30 Pro Senior on track right now for their warm-up lap as they get ready to take their final event for today. Ryan Norberg in the 348, he's your pre-final winner by 1.1 seconds over Paulie Massimino. They'll make up the front row in this one. Nathaniel Cicero and Connor Zilic will be row 2. Alessandro De Tullio and Arias Dugmejian in row 3. Alex Stanfield and Cole Morgan in row 4. Brandon Tyner and Colin Warren in row 5. Oliver Hodgson and Weston Workman in row 6. Thomas Annunziata and Hayden Jones in row 7. John Burke and Aiden Fox in row 8. Finnegan Bailiff and Tyler McIntyre in row 9. Lucas Fiacuri and Jace Park in row 10. Elliot Bazinski and Timothy Carroll in row 11. Alex Noyes and Dylan Beckwith in row 12. Keegan Bosch and Oscar Pinozo in row 13. Halpang Zhang and Hannah Greenmeyer in row 14. Brandon Jarsakrak and Stephen Dial in row 15. Should be pretty exciting here watching Brandon Jarsakrak, who had a DNF in the pre-final. Can he make his way through the field? Your defending champion. Green, green, green. We are on the way right now. Ryan Norberg was your pole sitter, and he'll hold on to that top spot through the first set of corners. Brandon Tyner mows the lawn. He goes through the grass, but he doesn't look like he gained any advantage as a result. Just got a lot of bumps. Paulie Massimino jumps into second. Nathaniel Cicero third. Alessandro De Tullio fourth. Alex Stanfield in fifth. Connor Zilic sixth. Arias Dugmejian in seventh. Dive bombing Dugmejian already. I think that is going to be Cole Morgan, and he'll grab that spot for the time being. And he'll come around to the start-finish line for the first time. Norberg, Massimino, Cicero, De Tullio, Stanfield, Zilic, Morgan, Dugmejian, Tyner, Hodgson, Warren, Annunziata, Workman, and Burke, the top 14. After one lap, Jarsakrak is in 23rd. Up 6 positions. Ryan Norberg already with a 3 or 4 kart length lead as they come off the tic-tac-toe section for the first time. Or second time, I should say. 22 laps for the X30 Pro main event. Massimino's got his rear view mirror full of Nathaniel Cicero. So far, Norberg doing all right on his own. Cicero moves into second, getting around Massimino. He'll go back to third. DeTulio fourth. Zilic, Stanfield, Morgan, Duke Mejian, and Hodgson, I believe. Now Morgan takes a position from Stanfield. He dives in for sixth. Cicero, Massimino, DeTulio. Zilic. And Morgan and Stanfield. We've got a bit of a gap beyond that to Duke Mejian. 3 kart lengths maybe to Duke, 2 more kart lengths to Hodgson, and then a few more kart lengths to Brandon Tyner. Tyner is ahead of John Burke, I believe. Haven't talked too much about John Burke lately. Following Burke is the 349 of Finnegan Bailiff. Colin Warren in the 311, Thomas Annunziata, Weston Workman, and Brandon Jarsakrak up to 16. See what kind of pace Jarsakrak has got so far. Well, he's got quick time, so that's a thing. 47.582 for Jarsakrak, 4/10 quicker than your leader. Seeing red. Dead red, dead red. Norberg and Cicero. 1-2. Pair of Rollison drivers. Third place, Paulie Massimino. He's right on Cicero's rear bumper, though. Norberg's got a little bit of breathing room, about a half a second. Alex Stanfield in 5th. Cole Morgan back to 6th. Brendan Jarsakrak rolling up on a whole new set of karts to pass here, it looks like. Or at least try to work his way around. He's going to get one more right now climbing the hill. Let's see where he was last time by. He was 15th. I think he got Weston Workman going up the hill. Oh, no, I don't think that was Weston. It was Finnegan Bailiff, I think. Weston's right in front of him. Meanwhile, up front, Norberg's lead that he was enjoying in the early stages is no more. Or it has at least dwindled a bit. Down to just the 4/10 now. Nathaniel Cicero in second. Paulie Massimino right on his rear bumper. Connor Zilic there as well. Those guys know that they need to go or they will fall victim to somebody else. The old saying in go-karting was never truer than it is in the X30 class. Either go pass or be passed. And that's kind of where you're at when you're in that second and third position. Maybe you want to try to ride it out, but on the other hand, if you don't go, somebody else is going to pass you. You'll be out of position in the worst way. Jarsakrak picks up another spot. Oh, he gets hard into the back of a cart that got jammed up in front of him. Not really Jarsakrak's fault. Hopefully he doesn't have any bumper damage as a result of it. The guy in front of him got into the side of somebody else. That was the 311 of Colin Warren. Got into it with someone else and jammed up the pile. Jarchakrak's up 17 positions to 12. When you're trying to make up ground from last, though, you just got to take what it is and, hope for the best. And he's racing for points. He's racing for money. He's going to get everything he can get out of this one today, one way or another. Now he swings around Colin Ward and gets up alongside him and clears him on the exit of the final corner. And he'll move up to 11. Checking back in on the leaders. Looks like Connor Zilic has overtaken Paulie Massimino to move into that third spot. They've dusted off Alex Stanfield and left him quite a ways back. Oliver Hodgson as well. He's quite a long ways back from both of them. He runs just ahead of Alessandro De Tullio. Then we got another half a second, maybe 3/4 back to Arias Duke-Mejian, who is just ahead of Brandon Tyner. And then a big gap back to Cole Morgan, who is going to be Brandon Jarchakrak's next victim, if he has anything to say about it. Purple for Ryan Norberg, 46.401 for the 348. Everybody putting in their best laps. Brandon Jarchakrak now purple, 46.380. Jarchakrak rolling up on the rear bumper of Cole Morgan. He's not even going to wait around. He just throws it in there at the bottom of the hill and goes right by. That is the thing, though. You really can't wait around. You can't get mired up in a battle with somebody. You got to just go for it when you're trying to come from the back. Up front, we have a bit of a battle going on here between Connor Zilic. I guess the battle's over. Zilic just passed Nathaniel Cicero for second. And now Paulie Massimino is going to pass Nathaniel Cicero for third. So Cicero losing a couple of spots there. Now Brandon Jarchakrak has got quite a lot of real estate in front of him, but the two karts in front of him are battling each other. That is Brandon Tyner and Arias Duke-Mejian. So perhaps that'll work into his hands as to catching them. Norberg, quick time of the race, 46.363. He's enjoying a 1.2 second lead that was just increased while the drivers behind him battled it out. Once again, we will have podium presentation today at approximately 6:05 p.m. Sooner if we can. At 6:05 p.m. today, podium presentation by the series trailer right in front of it. We'll all be set up down there and waiting for you. Top three finishers in every class and the quick qualifiers. The top three finishers and the quick qualifier in every class receiving an award today. Come help us celebrate their successes and cheer them on for tomorrow. Zilic, Massimino, and Cicero still running nose to tail. Norberg, Zilich, Massimino, Cicero, Stanfield, Hodgson, DeTulio, Tyner. Duke Mejian in 9th, Jarsakrak up to 10th. 16 complete, 6 to go. Jarsakrak purple, 46.051, quick time of the race. From 10th, up 19 spots. Norberg seems to just have this thing on lockdown once again today. Watching that second group there, Zilich, Massimino, and Cicero. Pretty much content to stay in line for now. Jarsakrak has gotten by Duke Mejian. Oh no, now he's getting by Duke Mejian right now. Just past Duke Mejian in the double left-hander in the flats. And now his next contact will be Brandon Tyner. And that is, that would be for 8th place, I believe. Yeah, Tyner's in 8th. Battling up front now for 3rd. Looks like Nathaniel Cicero decided he would rather have 3rd than let Paulie Massimino have it, so he took that away. On the exit of the chicane, Alex Stanfield gets a whiff of this battle in front of him, and he's just about close enough to get involved in it himself. Coming around to 19 here. It's going to be 3 laps to go when they come to the line this time. Ryan Norberg with a 1.2 second lead over Connor Zilich, Nathaniel Cicero, Paulie Massimino, and Alex Stanfield. And a big gap to Oliver Hodgson, Alessandro DeTulio, Brandon Tyner, and Brandon Jarsakrak. And it looks like Tyner just went around DeTulio. So Brandon Tyner picking up a position. Laps are winding here. Racing for today coming to a close. Once again, there'll be a new schedule for tomorrow. We'll publish it here very shortly. The schedule's already worked out. We're going to publish it at the end of the day. We didn't want to confuse anybody with it before then. It'll be on our Facebook page. It'll be on the scoring building wall. It'll be on the trailer. Take a picture of it, whatever you need to do, download it. Ryan Norberg comfortably out front here with 2 to go. Nobody comfortable behind him, though. Zilich, Cicero. Massimino to the inside of Cicero. He'll get that done. He'll go to 3rd. Jarsakrak rolling up on the rear bumper of Alessandro DeTulio. It'll be a white flag, this time by for Ryan Norberg, comfortably out front over Connor Zilich. And Brandon Jarsakrak gets one more as he gets Alessandro DeTulio coming out of the final corner. DeTulio is going to try to throw it in there to get it back in the chicane, but he couldn't do it. Jarsakrak was able to hold him off. I think that's about done for Jarsakrak. He's got too much real estate in front of him to get any more position. He's got to worry about holding on to that one. Meanwhile, the battle has been settled. Ryan Norberg is going to cruise on this one. Connor Zilich will be 2nd. Paulie Massimino has to fight off Nathaniel Cicero here one more time. Can he do it? So far, so good. He does. Double checkered flags go to Ryan Norberg, though, with a big victory here. Once again, another X30 Pro victory for Norberg. 1.1 second margin of victory. Connor Zilic second. Paulie Massimino third. Nathaniel Cicero fourth. Alex Stanfield fifth. Oliver Hodgson sixth. Brandon Tyner seventh. Alessandro DiTullio eighth. Arias Duke Michigan is ninth. Jarsacrack loses 2 on the last lap, but he is still up 19 spots from dead ass last to 10th. Brandon Jarsacrack. Cole Morgan 11th. Anna Greenmeyer 12th, up 16 positions. Thomas Annunziata 13th. Lucas Ficuri 14th. Jace Park 15th. Weston Workman, Colin Warren, Tyler McIntyre, Aiden Fox, John Burke 20th. Timothy Carroll, Stephen Dial, Alex Noyes, Keegan Bosch, Oscar Pinozo, Dylan Beckwith, and Hao Peng Chang, last man standing in X30 Pro Senior. Thank you so much for joining us today. We greatly appreciate it. We hope you had as much fun enjoying the races and competing and watching and listening as we did bringing it to you. Until tomorrow, when we rejoin you with qualifying around 9 a.m. Central Time. You have been listening to Tim Koyen, and you've been listening to the eKartingNews Radio Network. Farewell from Road America.
Thank you for joining us from CTECH Manufacturing Motorplex in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. Our EKN Trackside Live coverage, audio production, and social media was managed by David Cole. Today's broadcast commentary was provided by Tim Koyen. Big thank you to our broadcast partners this weekend: Kart Sport North America, the Alan Rudolph Racing Academy, Acceleration Kart Racing, and Team Cooper Tire. This EKN live broadcast was copyrighted by eKartingNews.com and the Howden Media Group. This is Rob Howden, and thank you for tuning in this weekend and throughout the entire 2021 season.